Good morning, and welcome to this special service to celebrate Janis' 60th anniversary. My name is Janis Ozaki, and I will be your chairperson today. We dedicate this service to the memory of all the individuals who helped establish the Venice Hongwanji Buddhist Temple, and to all who have sustained it for the past 65 years. We will begin with the holding of the Kansho, followed by the procession of the Ochigo parade participants and the ministers. Next, we will have Sambujo and the Hyobyaku-mon, followed by Sutra chanting, Junirai, which can be found in the brown service book on page 22, the red service book on page 53, the purple service book on page 65, or in the handout.
Kansho. 合唱。ナモ阿弥陀仏。ナモ阿弥陀仏。ナモ阿弥陀仏。Sambujo. this occasion of the 2025 anniversary service, the members and friends of the Venice Hongwanji Buddhist Temple have reverently come before Amida Buddha in tribute for the past 65 years of temple, community, family, friends, and the teachings of Shinran that give us so much support. Kansho. With deepest reverence and gratitude for the all-embracing wisdom and compassion of Amida, we recite the name Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Our first Gatha will be Hotoke, which can be found in your program on page 45 in the ground service. Please stand.
Hotoke-sama. I love my Lord Buddha, oh my dear. I love Mom's hugs. She holds me soft and warm. Through tender loving care, she loves me all the time. I love my Buddha just like my mom. I love my Lord Buddha, oh my dear. I love Dad's arms. He holds me strong and tight. Through steady, strong guide, he loves me all the time. I love my Buddha just like my dad. I love my Lord Buddha, oh my dear. Lighting up a candlelight and taking a bow to him. Through growing beauty and peace, Buddha shines on me. I love my Buddha, bright light shines on me. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Please be seated. Reverend Kory will now introduce one of our special guests, Bishop Marvin Harada.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Happy 65th. Oh man, I tell you, we were planning to do something like this 5 years ago, and some of you were there planning, and we wanted to do our 60th, and COVID hit, right? And then we pushed it back, thinking that it would be a couple months. Pushed it back, thinking that 6 months should be okay. And then it started to say, well, it kind of faded away after the 9 months. So we're able to get together. What a wonderful occasion. Thank you so much. You know, if I haven't told you, thank you for the help on the 65th anniversary project with the elevator. We did that in nine months. We raised the funds for the elevator in 9 months. That's something to be proud of. And that's something to really be proud of. Actually, most of it was done in 6 months. I think by August. We started the campaign in March. By August, we raised the majority of the funds. It's all due to the warm hearts of our members, our community. Thank you to the youth, the scouts, the Ochigo, everyone. That's so much. I wanted to have everyone that participated in doing something for either project to stand up, but there would be too many of you. We're very fortunate to have two wonderful people speak to us today. If you missed the YouTube video of our last service with him, I suggest you watch it. Jerry said it popped up on his YouTube recently, and he couldn't stop watching this wonderful minister. And then we talked about it. You know, I don't ever remember sermons that say, and I actually remembered that one, to be honest. So it must have been pretty good. But no, we have our first person, Bishop Marvin Harada. He became bishop in 2020 as the world faced a remarkable moment in its history. A quote from him says, "May we face this challenging time together, and may it give us even greater resolve to dedicate ourselves to support our temples and the BCA, so that we can continue to share the Dharma in whatever medium or manner that we can." I can proudly say that our temple has grown in the last 5-6 years. Not just by people coming to the temple, but by membership in itself. That's huge, especially in a time where we couldn't come to temple. So by those words, we should be proud. But talking about Bishop, prior to the beginning of his tenure, Reverend Marv, he served at the Orange County Buddhist Church for 33 years. He received degrees from the University of Oregon and the Institute of Buddhist Studies before continuing his education in Japan at Chuo Bukkyo Gakuen Seminary and Rikoku University. And then he's in his 5th year, starting his 6th year? You're in your 5th year. So he's in the 5th year of being our bishop. There were two major people that maybe helped me to become ministers. Some of you remember the story of being Good Gates. It's true. The other one was I was LABCC staff member and a counselor to his son Ricky. And then after speaking with him, he gave me a toy that day. Oh, I remember. But he also gave me a book, River of Fire, River of Water, and said, I still haven't finished it. That was 26 years ago or so. But he wrote in it, and I appreciated it, but he always left the door open. I think that's the best thing about Reverend Mark. He sees people and the potential, and he keeps the door open, saying, this would be good for you, or come to the temple, come to a class. Even if it's just to have fun and listen to the stories of Shigaraki Sensei and learn a little bit. They're amazing classes. But we're here today, and we're so fortunate to have our bishop not only come to the service, but actually share his life with us. So with that, thank you again, Reverend Mark or Bishop Harada or whatever you want me to. He says Reverend Mark. But I always told him when I first saw his email address, I said, you have the best email address. Do you remember that? She doesn't remember anything I'm talking about. Actually, I can't share it on Zoom because then it's out to everyone and you might get random emails. But just know, if you want to know about it, I know Phyllis will come with me later asking me about it. But he goes, those are just my initials. So anyways, without delaying anymore, and showing your gratitude. Thank you again for coming. Thank you to the ministers and all the Southern District representatives. This is such a wonderful event that it couldn't happen without the sharing. Thank you. Reverend Marvin Harada. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Congratulations to all of you on your 65th anniversary. Thank you very much, Reverend Kory, for your very kind introduction. You're really from the time I knew him in Junirai days, I always had in the back of my mind a hope that he would consider the ministry someday. So it's just so heartwarming to see the wonderful minister that he's become. I was so impressed when we're lining up with all the Ochigo children. He knows everybody by their first name. He's calling them all by their first name. Hi Dharma, hi Rocky. That's really a reflection of his wonderful ministry. And because he thinks so much of the young people here, I want to focus my little short message to the young people. Where did they go, by the way? And to the young at heart. So give me just a moment to bring out a special friend.
See, do you hear the sound sensei? They're excited. Yeah.
I've never done this in my formal roles. But I'd like to introduce, if some of you are meeting him for the first time, a good friend of mine, Freddie the Frog. Man, it was so hot in your road. That was a long walk from the community center. Sheesh. And I think you need to change your deodorant. Sorry about that, Freddie. Well, this is Freddie the Frog, and he comes to OCDC over the years, and we have little chit-chats. But maybe some people are meeting you for the first time, so maybe we should tell everybody a little bit about you, maybe your hobbies or your interests. hobbies? Well, I guess cooking is my main hobby. Cooking? I like to cook too. What do you like to cook? I like to cook pizza. Oh, everybody likes pizza. You make cheese pizza, sausage pizza, pepperoni pizza. I make gourmet pizza. Gourmet pizza? What kind of pizza is that? Like sashimi pizza. Sashimi pizza? Is that pizza with raw fish on it? No, just raw pizza. Sounds chewy. I also make whipped cream and maraschino cherry pizza. Ooh, that sounds awfully sweet. But my favorite is natto pizza. Natto pizza. I bet some of the kids don't even know what natto is. You know, those slimy Japanese beans that look like boogers. That is one way to describe natto, right, Freddie? Wow. Gee, so over the years, we get to have wonderful conversations. Sometimes Freddie asks me questions about Buddhism. You know, this is the 65th anniversary of the temple here. 65 years? That's a long time. Almost as old as you. Yeah. How old are you now? I'm 71. Gee. So yeah, the temple's almost as old as me. That's quite a milestone. That's right. Well, what's kept it going all these years? Well, of course, the ministers who serve here, and the members, dedicated members. But you know, the one crucial thing that's kept this temple going, as it does all of our temples, is Namu Amida Butsu. Figure that long word again. Always have a hard time saying that. Oh, you have a hard time saying that? You know, just kind of long and hard for me. Why don't you try to say it? No. Well, you put the emphasis on the move. You don't have to put the emphasis on the move. Just down, one, down. Okay, try again. No, now you're saying Namu Amida Butsu. It's just Namu Amida Butsu. Okay, so now you're saying Namu Amida Butsu. It's just Namu Amida Butsu. Okay. I said it. You said it very nice, very nice. So, now that I can say it, what am I saying? Ah, that is a good question. What am I saying? What are we saying when we say Namu Amida Butsu? What does it mean? Yeah, what does it mean? Does it mean like ribbit? We say ribbit. Well, I don't think it means the same as ribbit. You know, the only answer, the best answer to that question, you, Freddie, you have to find out yourself through your own life. Are you saying that because you don't know the answer? No, I'm not saying I don't know the answer, but the truest answer, you have to find yourself. All of us, each and every one of us has to find the answer to the question, what does Namu Amida Butsu mean to me? What is it that I am saying? What is it that I hear? That's the most important question for Shinbu. And over time, we come to receive not only that we see as a deep and profound truth, not just a word, but a deep and profound teaching. But for now, just think that not only W2 means thank you. Thank you. Thank you to who? Thank you to my parents. Thank you to my teachers. Thank you to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Thank you to my friends. Thank you to all of life that makes my life possible. It's living a life of gratitude. Oh, well, that's easy to understand. That's right. That's right. So, for now, think that no one knows it expresses gratitude of your life. Okay. Is there lunch today? Yeah. There's a nice lunch. Anybody have enough to We might have pizza, we might have to look in the fridge and see if there's some else. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Happy 65th anniversary. Oh. Thanks for listening to Freddie and his young people if they're downstairs. So, when we gather for anniversaries like this, we cannot help but honor our past, our previous ministers and members whose dedication, sacrifice, and service we're deeply indebted to. And clearly we stand on their shoulders today. And we have a deep sense of gratitude for our past. But today is also an opportunity to be grateful for our present, for the present Sangha and membership that have been maintaining and keeping this temple active and vibrant. But we also look to our future. When we look to our future, we often look to our youth, and we point out that our youth are the future. Last week we had our BCAA Taikyo service online, and as part of the closing program we had a youth panel, and we had two young members of the Berkeley Buddhist Temple, Casey Mukai and Zora Uedeheo. And I think it was Zora who said in her panel that for her, the youth are not just the future, but the youth are also the present. And I thought it was a very true statement. We are all the present. What we do now, all of us, all ages, from our Dharma school children, to our YBA, to our young adults, to we senior citizens, we are all the present. And what we do collectively to support and continue the Venice Hongwanji Buddhist Temple will determine its future. The world that we live in today is very much in need of the teaching. It is in need of a teaching of listening, listening to the Dharma, listening to others. It is in need of a teaching of self-introspection and self-reflection. It is in need of a teaching of interdependence and mutual respect. It is in need of a teaching of a life of humility and gratitude. It is in need of a teaching of wisdom and compassion. That is what Shin Buddhism offers the world today. And that is why it is so important that the Venice Hongwanji Buddhist Temple continue for the next 65 years and beyond. Once again, my warmest congratulations to all. Come on, brothers. Come on,
We will now have incense offering by the following organizations. BCA Ministers Association, Southern District Ministers Association. Southern District BCA Council. Los Angeles Hongwanji Buddhist Temple. Cub Scout Pack 79. Girl Scout Troop 5325. Zonda teams. Junior YBA. Dharma School. Alba. BWA. Ukyoka. Thank you. Reverend Kory will now lead us in the reading of Hyobyaku-mon and the three treasures. This can be found in your program. Please stand.
隣人、受けたし、今すでに聞く。仏法受けたし、今すでに聞く。おのみ根性に向かってどせずんばさらにいずれの章に向かって過去の明道線。来週もろともに指針に参謀に消し立て祭るべし。いずれから普通に消し立て祭る。朝に山幕は人と共に大道を体現して不条理をさす。いずれから法に消し立て祭る。朝に山幕は人と共に深く上手に理解しているのなら水からそうに消し立て祭る。朝に山幕は人と共に大衆を統一して一切言えない部長人事未明の方は百千万ごとにもあよくとくたし、我ら今検問し受理することを得たり、願わくは如来の真実義を下し立て祭らん。The three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult it is to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is it that we shall be free from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I put my faith in Buddha, and we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of thy way to enlightenment, and awaken in ourselves thy supreme will. I put my faith in Dharma, and we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma, and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I put my faith in Sangha, and we all together become unity to reform, in thy life of harmony, and serve the universal family, free from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of culprits, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Please be seated. Reverend Kory will now introduce our other special guest speaker, Reverend George Matsubayashi, who will be delivering today's Dharma message.
Hello again. We're very fortunate to have such wonderful ministers come and speak to us today. We always say, this one never needs introduction here at this temple. Well, as I was trying to look for a bio on him on Google, I couldn't find one because I guess we just say, oh, it's Reverend George. But many of us forget that this was his first home here at this temple, right in that room 60 years ago to this year. This is the 60th year. Mrs. K's first house with him. It's right there. Craig and Dean's first house. And I believe even Mrs. Matsubayashi lived here for a little too, right? Yes, or she would visit. Yeah. Matsubayashi Sensei's mother would visit. Now I heard a rumor too that Sensei, did you and Mrs. K carry her up the stairs? Yeah, they used to carry her up the stairs. That's love. But what I found online was a very beautiful thing. It's a tribute to Rinban George T. Matsubayashi on the occasion of his retirement from the Buddhist Churches of America after nearly 50 years of service. This came from the California House of Representatives, Thursday, January 22nd, 2009. So it says, it's by Miss Roy Aller. Madam Speaker, I rise today to recognize Rinban George T. Matsubayashi. After almost 50 years of serving as a minister for the Buddhist Churches of America, including more than 9 years as the head priest of the Los Angeles Hongwanji Buddhist Temple in downtown Los Angeles in the 34th District, Reverend Matsubayashi will retire January 31st, 2009. And if you do the math, he's still working, to be honest. So 16 years later, right, we're very fortunate still. But Reverend Matsubayashi, who is also fondly known as Reverend George or Matsubayashi Sensei, graduated summa cum laude from Rikoku University in Kyoto, Japan in 1960. Later that year, he began his ministerial service in the Jodo Shinshu tradition of Buddhism in the United States at the Hongwanji Mission of Hawaii at the Honolulu Batsuin Buddhist Temple. While in Hawaii, Reverend George studied at the English Language Institute at the University of Hawaii. In 1963, he enrolled in the doctoral studies program at the University of Wisconsin. In 1964, he transferred to the PhD program in the Department of Oriental Languages at the University of California, Los Angeles. In 1965, Matsubayashi Sensei was appointed to the Venice Hongwanji Buddhist Temple in Los Angeles. When the temple became independent in 1976, which next year would be our anniversary again, but we won't. We'll focus right now. Reverend George served as its first resident minister. He remained there until 1999. During his 34 years at Venice Hongwanji, Reverend George was active in a wide variety of community organizations. He served on the board of the United Way's Western Region. He was a member of the Clergy Council for the Pacific Division of Los Angeles Police Department. He also gave his time as a reserve chaplain for the LAPD's Central and Pacific Divisions. In 1999, Reverend George was appointed as the Rinban, or head priest, of the Los Angeles Hongwanji Buddhist Temple, which is also referred to as Nishi to the local Japanese American community. During his tenure, Reverend George oversaw the 100th anniversary of the temple in 2005. The event featured the addition of the new Wisteria Chapel and the Muryo Kojudo, or Milkotsu Columbarium, built to commemorate the temple's pioneering members and to continue the proud legacy of the Issei, or first generation Japanese Americans, for the future generations. Since joining the Los Angeles Hongwanji Buddhist Temple, Reverend George's community involvement extended well beyond the church's walls. He served on the Little Tokyo Coordinating Council, the Los Angeles Buddhist Federation, and as a volunteer chaplain at several hospitals on the west side of Los Angeles. In addition to his spiritual community work, Reverend George also it should have said is a, but it just says, it's not a typo, but I didn't pause because it says this. It says, also also is a devoted husband, father, and grandfather. Now, I know you could have taken that wrong if you heard the pause, right? So that's why I'm clarifying. He's a great guy. Reverend George and his wife, Hyoko, Matsubayashi, have 4 children, Craig and his wife, Raquel, Dean and his wife, Kim, Tina and her husband, Howard, and Eric and his wife, Cindy. They are also proud grandparents at the time of Jared, Lindsay, Chase, and Emma. Sorry, Kelly, and others. Madam Speaker, on the occasion of Reverend George's retirement, I ask my congressional colleagues to please join in his dutiful congregation, his family, and me in thanking him for his many years of service to the Buddhist Churches of America and our community. While we wish him well in this new phase of his life, Reverend George will always be sensei or teacher in the hearts and minds of generations of families whom he has touched during his many years of ministerial service. Even though this is 16 years later, I think many of us can really agree that he's still doing this for the community, Gatsui, and Venice, and many others. And to his note, he says he's not as sharp as he used to be, but I think he still runs miles around my brain. I can't remember as many people as even close to as he can, and everyone knows it. But we're so fortunate to have him as our guest speaker today at the 65th anniversary. So with no further delay, Reverend George Matsubayashi. Yeah, you can have that for now. As long as you want. Here.
Some of you already heard Reverend Kory said, as long as you want. I didn't say that. He's the one who said, as long as you want. So it's a 12 right now, 12 or 6. This clock is 1 hour later. Just like my mind. At midnight, I found out that my wife said, tomorrow's program is sent through email. What did you say? And I had a hard time putting the computer because recently we bought a new computer. Oh, it's a hard time. And I know 12 o'clock is already 1 o'clock. And then it took me almost 1 hour to find out how to print the program. And then after I came here, you would walk up and remain like that. I didn't have to do it. But I spent too much that my mind still 60 years ago. So would you please join me in that song meditation? Namo Dog, Namo Dog. 中祖親鸞聖人がお正信玄の中に残されたお言葉であります。罪の人々皆を呼べ。我も光のうちにあり、煩悩に眼を遮られて 摂取の巧妙を見ざれども、内儀物置ことなくて常に我が身を照らしない。The person burdened with extreme evil should simply say the name Nama Amida Butsu. Although I too am within Amida grasp, passion obstructs my eyes and I cannot see the light. Nevertheless, great compassion of Amida Buddha is untiring and eliminating me of always. No one knows. No. 1957 and 8. At the corner of the Junirai and Buddha, behind the waterfall, big building, the Venice Hongwanji Buddhist Temple. The Venice Hongwanji Temple is the one who purchased the duplex house. And in the back of the house became the minister president, then Reverend Yue Matsubayashi. He had 7 kids. And so they had to split 2 rooms. But the Ondo has to be their kids' room. 2 houses. And then 1960, Quon in the January, cat and dog expression, saying hard. All service was observed, and the dedication service of the starting of the Venice Hongwanji Temple. That's where we are here now, 65 years since then. And because of the members are getting a little larger, Los Angeles Betty purchased this special land corner at $5,000. And then 103 family members from the Venice community chipped in, and they came up with $48,000. Then temple members said, okay, let's build temple. 1962, this building, but original building was built. 1962. This temple is not like the other temples. We didn't start with a big, large temple. We started little one, and then adding this side section here, and this side is the back, and then finally went upstairs. So like Reverend Kory said, this is our living room, and the kitchen, and then the one with the room there, and then we had a great and lean cave, so 2 kids with us 1 bed. But we were able to continue to live on, and in the back where the people were sitting, the 3 classrooms there, Sunday school classrooms. And then where you're sitting here, there's nothing in the room. But I did not want to say, but our contractor cheated us, I won't say the name here. This side section was built with the foundation we can build upstairs. And this section wasn't built that way. So that when we tried to put this Ondo here, how many days and months we spent digging the cement concrete downstairs and they put the foundation. 4 feet by 4 feet deep, 4 feet by 4 feet. 4 big posts, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then people ask me, you guys start building the photo, they say, but it isn't coming out. It took 6 months to make that 4-post big foundation, 6 months. And then the rest of the construction spent 6 months, and then built this beautiful temple. And the people sitting in the back, in front of you, with a big partition. a heavy load. And people ask me, why can't you light? People say heavy, too heavy. Where do you put the light? Light the seven, more like this, it's too heavy. But it has to be 2 hours fire. That's why it's so heavy, so please do not complain. And then this side, we made a private room, not for the baby, but the adult who talks a lot. And after inspection, we broke the windows and then made a soundproof glass there, so that people can talk to the other side. And then we open the curtain and then you can hear the footsteps. Now, when you stand up here, I can see so many lights, so many people pitched in, and so many people love contributed. We need to have this beautiful Buddhist Sangha under the name of Buddhist Temple in the Venice Hongwanji Buddhist Temple. When this building was built, people went up to 100 family to almost 300 family members each day. First weekend we planned, we made 10 groups from the cabinet members of the temple. Let's go out for the fundraising. And then original budget on this upstairs condo was 200,000. And then one weekend, 10 groups went to take visit from the one to one all their friends. And then following week we get together and then they found out almost 110,000 kids came in over the one weekend. And so they are so encouraged. Go ahead, take the $250,000. That's the way we started also here. But something that you don't see downstairs, foundation. And when I wake up in the morning, before I do everything, I just can't start the day without putting my hands together from my residence across the street to this Hongwanji temple. Just say thank you. Just thank you. I came in 1965 January 4. Then Dimma or the Masoka Sensei invited me to speak. I was at the lecture hall at UCLA graduate school, the dormitory. But I came in and then, oh boy, they talked a lot. I was worried about my timing, how much I'm going to have. Everybody talked so much and the installation started coming in. And I'm prepared deeply 25-minute message. After 5 days, the double click. I cannot make it short, I cannot make it longer. I was hopefully waiting, my time comes quickly. And then my friends always remember, when it says the first time I wait for that, no, say, you can't come up because you try to finish quickly. Because everybody wants to go home. And then now, my time, I'm worried about what as long as Sensei said, as long as you want. So I will take the responsibility because I didn't have a breakfast. I couldn't chew yet. So the last 1 week, all the okayu, the university and the miso soup. And you can tell that my pronunciation is not as beautiful as it used to be because I'm missing the lower part of the complete pasha. So air goes through that. But because of the fact that I was talking, I think Reverend Kory said, don't worry. Everybody knows, and then Reverend Kory already talked about me, everything. So I don't have to say anything. The only thing is that something that you don't see is like beautiful poem that I found in the Kaneko Institute. 星とタンポポ、青いお空の底深く、海の小石のそのように、夜が来るまで沈んでる。昼のお星は目に見えぬけれどもあるんだよ。見えぬものでもあるんだよ。Far up in the deep blue sky, like pebbles at the bottom of the ocean that cannot be seen, stars that cannot be seen at noon, patiently await the coming of the night. Although they cannot be seen, they are there. Things that cannot be seen do exist. And then she also continues to say that Ondokusan II. I place my hands together in thanks to the Buddha, morning and evening, without fail. That's when I am brought to think. I've forgotten about him again today. But even if I forget, the Buddha Amida always looks after me. This many In fact, without having the things that cannot be seen, we are not able to sit down today on this beautiful Ondo. Because of the strong foundation that we spent 6 months to build under the knee, just like our members, almost 1,000 the members, that I was given the privilege of joining funeral service throughout my 34-year stay at this temple. Almost 1,000 people. And then when I close my eyes, each one of them comes right back into my heart. And without them, I'm not even standing here. Without all the foundation, we are not even able to sit down here because of the foundation that we received for the past 65 long years. Actually, this temple, original started was 1933 at the Mezwa Ranch on the Jefferson Boulevard, right near it used to be a huge aircraft, now airport, now they all big apartment building. So when they started building big apartments, we the community members get together and they try to tell them that we need some land back for Japanese people. Because of the evacuation, Japanese people left everything. As you may know, Venice area is the 75% of the ceremony. I'm sorry, not there, like ceremony, ceremony. Oh, Johnny, say it for me. Okay, you heard it. 75% of the ceremony was produced from Venice area. And when the Lincoln Boulevard other side was very big farm, Sambujo farm, and the old people that upload, big farmers started meditating. Then 1933, this temple, original Sunday school started. And then 5 houses, 5 homes opened up their home. And then today, I could see the, I'm sorry, I shouldn't mention this, but please excuse me mentioning it to show the 5 generations. The temple president of Venice Hongwanji, Nakagiri. His name is not Tami. My pronunciation is wrong instead. Tom. He was a little boy. Grandma opened up their house. And then now, my little grandkids are here. Katie, dear, where are you? They are there. their Ji-chan-ba-chan, Nakagiri, Sayo, opened up their house. And then to this day, 5 generations also, today, and Monica and Nick, and Leah, and the left already for the life.
They went to community
Next,
center.
okay, the Monica girl, I mean daughter, yeah, they put in the Chivo. The Kujibu family, 5 generations. I do it. 5 generations. Even myself, I came all alone. 1967, I married President Trump said, "My beautiful wife." But the Japanese man cannot brag about the wife too much. It's a wonderful, wonderful wife. Wonderful wife. No complaint about it. 56 years ago, she's married. No, 57. Then 56, Craig was born. So Craig wife, his Craig is almost 50. He was born 1 year, exactly 1 year after we married. We didn't cheat. And then 1970, he came, who passed away 1919 at age of 49 with brain cancer, leaving 2 grandkids. They are joining. They are at the between Girls Cup Sunday service, so she has to be the chairperson. So they can join us in the lunch. And then they are here.
Yes.
Oh, Eva, hey, where are you? That's the deal. Then, after China, 1974. In 1972, church bought a house across the street. And then that house, we completed the model with headed by Mr. Junirai. I spent almost all afternoon digging the foundation 2 feet down to build a beautiful building. Here you have to walk in, garage, the building that was built by all our members. We just built ourselves. In 1980, youngest son, Eric came. And then I came all along. Each of my kids was born at the Daniel Freeman Hospital. All 4 went to the Blair Elementary School. All 4 of them went to Manila Junior High School. All 4 of them went to Venice High School. I'm graduate. I do not know any minister who has 4 kids. 2 ministers I know, 2 kids they have. With the 4 kids, every kid was born at the same hospital, same school. I'm the only fortunate. Now, all came by myself. And with all the help of Venice Hongwanji, my generation came. Now we have 8 grandchildren. Altogether, 18 of us. 1 became 8. In Kobe, Motobachi, from Motobachi station, walk distance is 7 minutes. There is a museum, Chinese immigrant museum. On the wall, it says, Ha Ochigo, Neni Kairu, Nakuyo Quon, Nakuchi Shokon. その移民の土地で亡くなった、亡くなった人は、生まれる命となって根となった。This is the poem that you saw on the wall of the Chinese immigration in Kobe area. Kobe is a poem. Some people know that the old Salaman think only Karata Sensei knows that, or Mien Sensei knows that, Manao is a baseball slugger, more than Otani Shohei. But he came out from that Kankyo. And they are the ones who say that once you are die in immigration area, they will go back home. But once you die in there, and you live the life in the, we call Neni Motoru. Then from Neni Motoru, from the root, you're going to have the beautiful flower, the tree comes again. One becomes 18, he says, but I am so grateful. Bishop Marvin Harada said, I was so lucky, so happy to see you beautifully growing up. And they were Kory. I think he was little rascal boy when he was young, but became person. I could say that 87 years old man, when the Bishop Harada came back from Japan, he was a young boy. And then I handed to him that responsibility of being the junior might be a Southern District Minister's advisor, which I spent 25 consecutive years. And the Reverend Harada, beautifully, 33 years at Oriental Buddhist Temple. And then when I was invited to the Sentin Buddhist Temple, I don't know how many years, over 40 years. He's a great over 40 years. When I went to the speak at Sentin Buddhist Temple, he introduced me in this way. Any person, minister, stayed at one temple for 34 years was easy crazy. Either crazy or great. And he ended up saying he is a great. Now, Bishop Marvin Harada also grown up so beautifully. And then leading a Buddhist Church of America as the bishop of the organization. And then Freddy is one who always goes wherever he goes. He won't let him sleep. But Venice Hongwanji, long time ago, as some of you remember, we organized the puppet and the shooting group in the Sunday school. And we went to Riverside and other temples, they all the choice of children, Kage, and then beginning of that somebody looked in my house, or somebody else. When I did something, I forgot how to say it. Never say that.
Puppet show.
Puppet. Oh, puppet show. The night of today the Chico Parade organizer, was Joyce had a kidney stone last night. When the emergency came out, and he was screaming this morning. So those are things that you don't see. But he's there. And then his son, not son, husband, Stacy, was the really disaster. When we were at Sunday school, oh, the boy, he chased me, all the girls and the little young ones, and then everybody up and down. So he became such a beautiful person. He joined us the puppet show, and he is the one who helped us all of that. But these are the things that already passed. But each and every one of the members of temple, over thousands of people whose lives are already not here with us, but their spirit and their wishes, they are not, their wisdom continue to guide us to the many years ago. 1965, when I first came, I was all alone. And then 1999, until I moved to the Venice Hongwanji as the minister of the Dharma. All these years, like I said, something that I didn't see from physical life, always keep in my heart, and then always in my wisdom, thank you, from my heart. The people that helped us to grow this much at the temple, the Sangha, not only the temple, but my family is also guided and helped by each and every one of you. Without you, I wouldn't have such a beautiful family. Without you, you would join Matsubayashi. If not, yes. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. All the help, all the wisdom that you showed us through all these years. Many more years to come. What is it? They said next year is how many years is it? After becoming independent? Next year is going to be more important one too. After becoming 1976, when we became independent temple, the Buddhist Churches of America, at 61, the temple of the BCA. Mr. John Ito, grandfather, Mr. what's the name? Gatha grandpa. Hideo. No? He is the one who went around all over the United States together with Bishop Tsuji, asking for the fundraising for the Institute of Buddhist Studies. With his help after the war, he became the first temple president of the BCA. And now, today, he was honored, he said, carry the umbrella to have the bishop to go into generation after generation. All those help comes out. And then one more other thing. Then I'm going to pray. The one that I would like to show you is those who are this one here. The picture. I don't know how much Venice Hongwanji Temple paid to Mr. Janis Iseda's father. Oh, this picture was drawn by the Mr. Benediction. Oh, I don't remember. A couple of days ago, I remember almost a year ago. Iseda is the one who created this picture. Manager. This was the commemorative picture that our son, Craig, was born in 1968 in the church newspaper. Mr. Iseda, and then ever since, Venice Hongwanji in the same one. I told Jerry, he could ask the temple to pay lots of money for the right but Jerry said, go into your grave. What do you mean grave? Grave was just a water, you know. All those things, but they are not here. Jerry is not here. Other people study by me are no longer here. And we receive all those wonderful Dharma. We are able to have this the beautiful sensation. I think online beautiful message. Or you can say, introduce me with a beautiful words I never heard of myself that great. I never thought I myself is that great, but I am truly something that I cannot share, but still there. Without something that I cannot share, I will hear. Thank you. Thank you everyone. So came before and left us this beautiful legacy. And thank you, thank you, Bishop said, you did not only future, you did the present. You are the one that will carry on the same mission as our former sisters, brothers, with us. We are the one that need to carry on for the next temple. Thank you very much for all the Sama district center ministers, together with the bishop and all the beautiful job. And then also there's a minister that they realized some Hongwanji Reverend Maeda came in, but he was sick, he retired right away. はい、ありがとうございました。皆さんどうぞ。実に65年、本当に長い間のご苦労でございましたから、これからもどうぞ、またよろしくお願いいたします。村重さんが大勢のね、チェアマンのジャネは、リール業で今グランマーですよ。ね、グランマー。And then Mel and then Kory are the great grandparents. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. じゃあもう一度、お願いします。煩悩に眼を遮られて、摂取の巧妙を見ざれとも、摂取の供養も見ざれとも、ないし、物置き異なって、常に我が身を照らすため。The things that I cannot see, but still there. The person burdened with the extreme evil should simply say the name of Dharma without. Although I too am within Amida's grasp, passions obstruct my eyes and I cannot see the light of the wisdom. Nevertheless, great compassion of the Amida Buddha is untiring and eliminates me always. Chilla, Jyoti.
Thank you, Reverend George, for your message. Quick announcement before we go on. There is a silver Honda CRV license plate at Fukushima that's blocking the car. So if someone can move it, that would be great. Thank you. We now have Chapter President Nakagiri offer words of invitation.
Good afternoon. Thank you everyone for attending today's 65th anniversary service. Thank you to Reverend Kory for officiating. Thank you to all the ministers for participating in today's service. It really was an amazing sight and experience to see all the ministers on our team. Thank you Bishop Harada and Reverend George for your messages. Thank you Chairperson Janis, Ozaki, Organist Julia Gatha, the audiovisual crew of Gary Kuashiga, Kerry Kirio, and Rock G. Thank you to all the organization representatives for offering incense. And thank you to the 65th Anniversary Committee and Ochigo participants. It was a lot of planning and coordinating, so I really applaud everyone's efforts in doing this. And a special thanks to Jerry Iseda for leading this committee. So can you give a round of applause for them? Again, thank you for attending today's 65th anniversary service, and look forward to seeing everyone at lunch at the community center. Thank you.
Next, we will have a special presentation by Jerry Iseda.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. It's so nice to see so many people here for a service that's a happy occasion. Usually we only get this many people, but we have a funeral, so I'm glad you're all here to celebrate with us. When we were planning this anniversary event, as we normally would do, there was a discussion about recognizing some people that were so key to making the temple a success over the years. And so, as I think Reverend Kory mentioned, there's too many to really single out to any individuals to say that they've done something special, except as we talked about, we said there are two people that really came to mind that we all felt were instrumental in making the Venice what it is today. So, where did you go? Reverend George, wherever you are, if you could please come out. Maybe Reverend Kory is helping you?
I didn't want to give it away too soon.
Oh, there it is. Mrs. K, can you join? Yeah, but this is not optional, please join. And Reverend Kory and our temple president Tom are going to come and help too. So, I think you've heard over the course of time. So we've been very fortunate here. We've had amazing ministers for about the 65 years. We've had amazing temple leaders and Sangha members. And so we've been very lucky, but as Reverend George said, he was here for 34 years, so that's more than half of the life of our temple. And Mrs. K has been with him for almost as long here. And as we were talking about this, I said to people one day, I said, what would Venice be like today if Reverend George had never been assigned to come here? And everyone said right away, it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be the thriving temple that we are today. The other thing that came to mind was when we became an independent temple in 1976. I have to mention that too, by the way. Don't worry, we're not having another big celebration. This is kind of full. But when we became an independent temple, the board members had to go and ask the Venice Hongwanji board if we could have Reverend George as our first resident minister. And they kindly agreed and said, but we would like him back in 2 years. So fortunately, we don't pay back our debts on time. He stayed much longer, so did Mrs. K, but we're very lucky to have them. And I think one of the things that makes it so special, I was thinking about this yesterday too. And I said, we have a thing that we call the Venice spirit. I think you can hear us talk about this from time to time. So people work hard, but they work together. We have fun, we usually eat and drink a lot while we're doing it. But we make everybody feel welcome. And last night somebody asked me, they said, do you still have family here in the area? And I thought about it and I said, well, in a lot of ways, the temple is part of my family now. And it's because they instilled in us from day one that we're all family. So that idea, and I hope everyone feels that today too. Whoever comes, we're welcome. We want you to feel part of the temple. And that's really because of what Reverend George and Mrs. K have done for us. So we really appreciate all you've done. And so the other thing is, as Reverend George mentioned, all his kids, but we haven't had them all here together since they were little. And so if you guys would all come up and join your Lachon and Jichon, your parents up here. So we have Craig and his family, so is it? See Rocky. Okay. And, Dean is here with us in spirit, but Kim and Say and Emma are here. And we have Tina and Kate. Oh, maybe else is it? Tina, and then Eric and Cindy and Kelly and Leah, I think. So we want to say thank you to all of you too, because it's hard growing up as a minister's family. You didn't always have your mom and dad there because they had to do things for the family. So, and the other thing that Reverend George mentioned is that their first residence was in part that room. That was the apartment with the temple before even the Hondo was built here. And so we've called it the frying room in the past, but we've changed it now. We officially call it the family room because little ones, when they're here and they just need to cry, they still go in there to blow off some steam. But families gather there before big services when they're waiting to come in. The Dharma school uses the room for classes and other things. And then in the last few years, every Tuesday now, we have play date. So all the little ones come and they actually play in the room. That's why we have to have the blinds closed, because there's all kinds of toys in there, it's kind of messy. But it was the Matsubayashi residence, and Craig and Dean, that was their first residence as well. And so if you've ever gone in the room and wondered why there's a stove and a sink, that was part of the original apartment that they lived in. So anyway, we decided to call this now the Temple Family Room. And we didn't know what to do to say thank you. So what we thought would be a very fitting way to say thank you for all you've done for us is that the board has very enthusiastically decided to dedicate the VHBT family room to the two of you in appreciation for everything you've done. And so after Hanamatsuri, it's going to get a little facelift. And then we have a little plaque that we're going to put on there, a photo plaque. And so I have it in big font so I can read it so everyone can see what we say. So it says, the VHBT family room, the Venice Hongwanji Buddhist Temple gratefully dedicates the Temple family room in honor of and appreciation for Reverend George and Mrs. Kei Matsubayashi's never-ending support and guidance. Their efforts over the years were instrumental in making VHBT and our Sangha a thriving success, as guided by the Jodo Shinshu teachings. Dedicated in conjunction with the Temple's 65th anniversary celebration on this 9th day of March 2025, in Kansho, the Venice Hongwanji Buddhist Temple Board of Directors. So, thank you so much for all you've done.
Those are just getting your parents to move over that way.
Anyone else who'd like to do a photograph, please. Are there any announcements?
So we're almost done, so just wanted to little logistics for council. After service, I'll go back to the VJCC. You'll see some reception tables, so they'll have you, tell you where to go and just go sit down anywhere. And then we'll start the program there. I promise it's not too long a program before we get to eat lunch. So it is a little late, there's some snacks on the table, so if you don't want anyone passing out. So for those of you who need help walking, little assistance, we have some volunteers that will shuttle you by car. So if you just meet at the entrance where you came in today, they'll get you over there too. So we want everyone to get over safely and come. So please meet over there. Okay, so please join us over at the VJCC and then we can really start to celebrate.
We will conclude this morning's service with Gatha Ondokusan II, which is in your program, and on page 58 of the draft service book, followed by the reading of benediction. Please stand. We surround all people and all forms of life with infinite love and compassion. Particularly do we send forth loving thoughts to those in suffering and sorrow, to all those in doubt and ignorance, and to those whose feet are standing close to the great change we call death. We send forth oceans of wisdom, mercy, and love. Nam Mami Dapu. Nam Mami Dapu. Nam Mami Dapu. Please be seated. Thank you for attending this special 55th anniversary service. Please join us at the Venice Japanese Community Center to continue the celebration. Those that have the greeting guide handout, if you could please leave them as a temple, that would be appreciated. Thank you very much.